You should start like all the way at the middle.
And he said started all the way at the middle. Wow, look at that, guys. Welcome back to the May 2022 full moon. And this is a special one, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Chad Diamond Dan Barite, here back with the grid master himself, Sir Aaron Twist. As you know, we missed last month's grid due to us both being sick.
Fucking COVID. I mean, right? Give me 2.5 years of dealing with this shit to finally get it, and it's all because I hung out with a bunch of hippies.
Yep.
Don't do that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
If you don't want COVID, don't hang out with hippies. So, what is special about this moon, Sir Aaron? I heard rumors, flower moon, eclipse.
right?
What's going on?
Depending on where you are in your cultures, like this is the time of year, you know, this old saying, April showers bring May flowers type thing. So that's why they call the May moon the flower moon. But in a lot of other cultures, like if you live out here in the Pacific Northwest, you'll notice last month was pretty fucking flowerful.
Yeah.
You know, all those trees in bloom, because it's not only called a pink moon, but it's a pink flower moon, such as like the cherry blossom moon if you are in Japan. So this is the time of year where it's also called the herbal moon in a lot of cultures, because this is when those first like planted herbs, that if you were able to get them into the ground, they're starting to get ready to begin to harvest.
Nice.
So it's an herbal moon. And because it's also an eclipse, and if you're in the United States, it'll be about 8:30, 9 o'clock on the West Coast, 11:30, midnight on the East Coast. So it's probably going to be low on our horizon. If you can't tell, it's raining right now. And it's going to have 60% clouds at that time, so we're probably not going to see shit. We're used to that. But if you can, go see it. It's going to be beautiful.
Yes, sir. So here we are, May flower moon, herbal moon,
Blood moon.
blood moon eclipse in Scorpio.
In Scorpio.
Will we
Which
get
makes
stung?
sense with why certain things decided to show up today.
What did decide to show up today, Aaron?
Well, basically, like, since we are in Taurus season, that's very foundational. Like, this is when a lot of people start doing planting, breaking ground type stuff. Like, this is when those happen, which is why we have this lovely petrified wood here. That's a great foundational stone. It's very grounding. Works with that general Taurus energy that is the season we're in. And then to work along with that as well, we have lovely Aragonite, another earth-based stone, very grounding, very, like, well, it's grounding, but if you work with it as a like healing crystal, whatever chakra you put it on, it's going to hit that chakra and every other chakra simultaneously, but focusing on that specific point.
Yes, sir.
Just like amplifying it and then sending that amplified energy into everything else. So it's like, say you have way too much going on up in your head, put Aragonite between your feet or like by the root chakra. It'll take that grounding energy and put it everywhere. So it's like it'll ground that third eye from the third eye's perspective, not by forcing it all the way through the body.
Sweet.
Right? So that's really fun, really great. And then we have good old Gold-Sheen Obsidian here. You can get a little... There we go. Look at that.
It's a beauty.
All right. Gold-Sheen Obsidian's just like normal obsidian. It's a great cord cutter. It's very protective. It removes a sense of futility or conflict from situations. It doesn't fix problems, but shows you how to achieve your desired goals. And it's also very good at healing abusive power, be it from yourself or from other people onto you.
Probably could use that, a little bit of that in the world today.
Yeah, but it's also, keeping in mind, Scorpio full moon, double-edged sword. So what can heal can also hurt. Because we may not recognize where we're abusing our own powers. Using our gifts, skills for things that we're not supposed to. You know? Like, for instance, me, I'm not allowed to gamble. It's an abuse of my power. because every time I do, I lose money. But at the same time, you sit next to me like Chad did a couple years ago. Within like 5 minutes, he hit like a $200 jackpot off of $20. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Okay. Next, we
What's
got
next?
emerald right here. These are lower grade emeralds, but still, it's emerald nonetheless. It helps to bring domestic bliss and loyalty into relationships, enhances unity, unconditional love, partnership, and promotes friendship.
Nice.
It combines our intelligence with discernment, helping us to make the right choices, because the right choice is the only action to take. So it's like, you take that emerald, you apply it to the Gold-Sheen Obsidian. It's like, if you are making wrong choices and abusing your power, the Obsidian's going to point that out, but this is going to give you the path to make the right choice.
Nice.
And
Well said, my lord. Well said.
It helps to bring mental equilibrium and life-affirming integrity. And with that integrity, that's actually going to bring us into our next stone.
What
which
is it?
These guys up here.
Wow.
This is Aegirine. These ones are on clusters with like smoky quartz and feldspar.
It's a beauty.
Right? This is just this one, the Aegirine's all throughout it. That's why it looks so like holy and weird.
That's
because that's where those differing molecular structures and hardnesses come into play. It's like it disrupts the growth even though it's still forming in a straight line. It's like, hey, it's not going to work here or here. And then these are just the straight Aegirine crystals. They're very dark green.
That's beautiful.
Right. This is one of my favorite stones. It's a stone of integrity. It helps you to use your own integrity, giving you and like allowing that to guide you and giving you the strength to follow through whatever choices you make. It fills oneself with self-worth, self-esteem, and self-acceptance. So it's like, even though a lot of what's going on is kind of like the obsidian and the emerald are there to kind of like move things out of your way and get you in the right direction, the Aegirine's coming through and making sure that even as you're removing all these things, you're replacing it with healthy, strengthening and structuring concepts, you know? Because like it's one of those things, like we all have struggled with self-worth, self-esteem, self-acceptance at
You
some
ain't
point
shitting.
or another. Because like even on everyday basis, like how often are you trying to make choices and do things in a way that's allowing others to accept you? And
Probably doing it nonstop, even subconsciously.
right? And with those things that you're doing to be accepted, are those actually you? Is that your integrity being shown? Right? Or are you trying to reflect theirs? Right?
Interesting.
So instead of doing all that, this is like, I have something of value. I am of value. Right?
Preach.
So I have something to give, something to offer that is not already here. Let me show you. Right?
Preach.
And another thing about Aegirine is when it removes an energy, it replaces an energy.
Nice.
Because most of these, like, this doesn't fix your problems, it shows you where to go. This doesn't make the choices for you, it just tells you this is the only choice. Right? So it's like it's taking a lot of those options away.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, this is like, hey, we're going to move around a little bit. We're going to get rid of this stuff, bring this in. And what we're bringing in is you. Right? How often do we remove ourself just to make others happy? Right?
A lot.
And then to fill in that, we have a stone that decided to show up and join in this party. It's one I haven't worked with yet. It's one I usually don't like working with.
Well, on the
because-
grid anyway.
Not on the grid. I barely work with it personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you put it in a couple of your things you made, right? Your
Oh yeah.
pyramid
Like if I my big pyramid has it when I do black moon stuff and I'm blessing my cord cutter, I put this stone in it.
But it's made its way to the grid, huh?
It's made its way to the grid, and it's very much Scorpio energy because it is Epidote. This lovely piece of shit. Right?
Wow.
And Epidote, I will not use if it is not on something else. Unfortunately, this one's on Albite. Albite gives direction and purpose. It's like, we are doing this thing. Epidote removes barriers or blockages, hurdles. If something is in your way, this gets rid of it. Be that external, internal, like in between, other dimensional, this is going to get rid of it, whether or not you want it to. Because sometimes we put up hurdles for ourselves because if we move too fast, we're going to miss something or we're going to mess up, right? Because sometimes our own boundaries are protecting us from outside sources, right?
Yep.
So you don't want to work with this because it's like maybe that boundary is holding you back in some way, right? But it's like you're doing it intentionally. That doesn't mean it needs to get rid of, right? So with that,
So what does it do? Sever the boundary, or
basically it's like whatever's in the way of what you're trying to achieve, Epidote gets rid of.
Because sometimes we get in our own way So sometimes we get in our own way and we use our own boundaries as excuses that hold us back from achieving our goal.
Exactly. Right?
Fuck out of here. Wow.
So with that being said, like
Wow.
how intense all that is, like this is one where it's on quartz. So just imagine that type of energy amplified in all directions. As you can see with all these points going off.
Yep.
So it's like, this is going to get some shit done. Right? And then over here we have it on an Axonite cluster. Axonite is very balancing, grounding, and just like overall just kind of mild and chill, but also kind of cool because it's pyroelectric and piezoelectric, so pressure and heat causes electricity. And you add an Epidote, and it's like, okay, we can do some of that. And then I have it here with some Wolfenite. Wolfenite is a shadow integrator. So those parts of you, again, like we kind of talked about with some other stuff where we're letting other people get in the way, we're turning ourself into a shadow instead of, accepting who I am as a person, because I don't have to be like everybody else to have something to bring.
No.
So we see that part of us that's different, that's kind of unique or strange, we tend to box it up and hide it away. When it's like that part of us, that's our true self, right? So we've turned essentially our light into a shadow because we're trying to shine from other people's lights. We're turning ourselves into mirrors. So that says, no. I'm shining with my own light because my shadow is the source of my light. And another thing that does is if somebody's overly flighty, very much up in their head, doesn't like to have their feet on the ground, that causes them to sit their fucking ass down.
Nice.
So if there's anybody that's working right now and finding their like higher energies being grounded, that's why. Because y'all need to sit the fuck down sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, how can you know if you're making progress if you're always 100 feet in the air? Like, if you're trying to grow a garden, how can you know if that garden's growing 100 feet in the air? Right? You can't tell any progress from the seeds we've planted, from the ground we've tilled, So, come to the ground, like, just lay on the dirt for a minute. And just put your head on there, and just with nothing to do, watch grass grow. Right? It is such a slow process. But the thing is, within 2 weeks, our grass tends to get so tall we have to cut it again. So that means if you were to sit there long enough with it, you will see that progress by simply doing nothing.
Preach.
Right? You don't have to be constantly go, move, blah! Like, it's not helpful. It's not good for anybody. It doesn't give you what you want.
Doesn't give you what you want, baby. It got a little fucking smoky in here. It's getting smokier.
My apartment ain't smoky. It ain't being done right.
I stepped over here, guys, and get a drink of my tea, if you're wondering. All right.
And then, last but not least, is a little bit of black tourmaline.
Oh, yeah.
Just typical
Clutch.
grounding stone, very balancing. Like,
Got black tourmaline on my bracelets.
right? It's a great stone. Very much in alignment with Taurus energy as well as Scorpio energy.
And I am a Taurus moon.
Right. And then, for when they're needed, I am going to be using smoky quartz as a connector.
Yep. Always good
Because
to have a
it
smoky
shows
quartz
up
connector.
in my Aegirine, so I want to utilize that across the board.
Yeah. And then, of course, you got the northwest, east, south.
Right?
And then, of course, you have the Vogel wands for amplification.
And then this is a recently made project that is going to be at the heart of the grid this year, or this month. This is a Peridot with Garnet, as you can see with the eyes, both green and red. And green tourmaline, bottom with a little bit of pyrite, a gold dollar, copper coil. There's a citrine in the middle. All this goldish stuff is, I believe, bronze.
It's beautiful.
Right? Because what we're trying to do, I'm trying to set as the central intention of all this removing and changing, is in our senses of prosperity and abundance.
Let's bring in some fucking abundance
Right?
on our authentic values of who we are.
Right? Because whenever we go and ask for abundance and prosperity, it's like, you gotta be specific in what you're asking for, right?
Yeah, I'm never specific. I realize that.
Because when you're not specific, it's like, I want to have more abundance in my life. It's like, okay, you're going to be surrounded by a great group of friends.
Yeah.
You're going to be abundant in love and friendship and connection. That's not going to pay your bills. Because you know, I wanted money, right? So it's like, okay, maybe I want...
Don't be afraid to ask for it, you said?
Yeah. So it's like, don't be afraid to ask for what you want to be abundant in. Because if you're also not specific, like, you could set up an abundance grid, be like, okay, I want to make some money, I'm lacking a little bit, and you get your paycheck tomorrow. Mm-hmm. That technically counts.
Yeah, it does count.
Like, especially if it's like 50 cents more than what it usually is. Mm-hmm. It's like, you have more now. That's not what I was asking for. But like, you don't want to be like, oh, I want to win the lottery type thing. That falls into abuse of power. Because any kind of lottery is an abuse of power. So, anyways, we're going to start by putting these guys in first, because we're actually using 5 today.
Nice. Are you putting that skull right in the middle of that fucking thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Mama Twist, for the swear words. I apologize if you watch this.
I don't think my mom does.
I feel like it was just the right thing to do. And you said make the right choices. So I'm using one of these guys to apologize to your mother for dropping an F-bomb.
Shit, I dropped F-bombs to my mom. I just had to wait for her to do it first. Hey! You know, as long as it wasn't directed at me, it's like, okay, this means mom's going to allow me to do it, right? Because I'm now an adult. Because she would never really swear like that when I was a kid. Alright.
Ready to call it in?
Let's do this. Let's call in these directions. Let's call in the east to the wind and the dragon's wing, all the things that fly, soar, and glide, to the largest birds, to the smallest of bugs, to all the ancient wisdom, knowledge, and the seeking light that we go for. We welcome you in. Plop. the south, to the fire, to the phoenix's flame, to the light that guides us, the fire that fuels us, the heat that keeps us warm, creative inspiration, sexual exploration. We welcome you.
Welcome.
My sex showed up because it's Scorpio.
Perfectly normal thing.
Right? To the west, the earth beneath our feet, the great mother who provides for us all the creatures, great and small, that roam its surface. To all those who've come before us, all who are here, and all who will come, and all who will never be. Your energies live within the earth, so they live within all of us. We welcome you.
Welcome.
God, I forget how bright those lights are. And to the north, to the water, Leviathan scale, to the deep depths of our emotion, to the unending expanse of eternal wisdom, to all the fish, whales, seals, all those who feed in the water, live on the water, in the water, all the emotion that flows around us, the endless freedom of fluid motion.
So fluid.
You will.
Welcome.
A bit more smoke.
What are you popping in here? Some resin?
Yeah, just, a little bit of frankincense, a little bit of copal, maybe some myrrh. There's been so many different packs of resin thrown in there, I forget. They just smell nice.
All right, let's build, Gridmaster.
To the great father of the sky, the entities of time and space. Come in and make our purpose true.
For somebody who never used Peridot in a grid, to have your middle piece a skull with a head full of Peridot is kind of making me feel a certain type of way right now.
Things decided to come and play. Who am I to turn them away?
I feel like Peridot is the Chucky of crystal grids. Like, he can come out and play.
Oh, let's do a little double check, because that's right, I haven't worked with Peridot yet either.
If this says equivalent to Chucky, I'm gonna shit myself.
I mean, the whole reason I even made that skull is because I wanted something that had the green of Peridot as one of our tools of evolution. But nothing like that's really exists. So
It'd be cool if you could make like a little mini skull just like this that went on a necklace.
that would be trippy.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's believed in ancient times to keep away evil spirits. It's a
There you
protective
go.
stone for the aura, powerful cleanser, releases and neutralizes toxins, purifies subtle and physical bodies and the mind. Shows how to detach oneself from outside influences and look to your own higher energies for guidance. Teaches you that holding on to people or the past is counterproductive. Visionary crystal helps you to understand your destiny and spiritual purpose.
I like that.
Right? Some magnesium iron with some silicon more magnesium, more psyllium. Yeah.
It sounds like it's a cord cutter to get shit out of your fucking way, and it doesn't
And
pull
it's a Scorpio stone and a Leo one.
Wow. So it doesn't pull any punches, basically. So it doesn't pull any punches. It would stain you, and then, like, it wants to lead you to the limelight, to your destiny.
But it's like, if you listen to what it all said, say it sounds kind of familiar to both Epidote and Aegirine. And the fact that's like, this is getting things out of your way, you know, holding on to the past. This is saying, hey, I am worthy.
Yep.
You know?
So you're worthy of it.
I have the ability to guide myself.
Yeah. So Peridot could get shit out of your way, but you got to believe you're worthy, or you're just going to be stuck in that same cycle.
Yeah. So this is where all this combination comes in.
Nice.
We're starting with these big, lovely motherfuckers. Oops.
Yeah, I like these guys. Beautiful.
Aegirine.
Did you get those? Buy those online?
This one I did.
Well, if you ever get another piece, pick up one for me.
Oh yeah, these smaller guys I got from Celestial.
That's Celestial Awakenings on Vancouver, in Vancouver, Washington, on Highway 99. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're still watching, thank you as the Gridmaster prepares to build this May 2022 full moon eclipse, flower, herbal, blood, whatever you want to call it, moon in Scorpio. If you haven't had the chance yet, please hit that like button, comment below on your thoughts, how the video is going so far, and subscribe so we can give you some updates. And make sure you go over to TikTok and follow Aaron on TikTok at Aaron Twists, where we not only show grid updates, but he dives deeper and kind of rants about specific stones, and it's hilarious. And yeah, give us a follow.
All right. Gotta have a little bit of fun in our time, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, those guys. I see what you're doing there.
All work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy.
That's why Johnny went out dancing last night, and now I'm sore, very sore. It's different dancing now that, like,
you're old.
Now that I'm old and but completely, sober.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the day when I went out and stuff dancing, you'd be fucking smoking, drinking, all types of shit,
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't even feel it. Who knows what I'd have in my system.
Partying like a rock star.
Mm-hmm. Partying like a rock star. So, Aaron, we did have a fan comment, I don't know if you noticed, on one of the videos, and then asked, would you ever consider wearing your fox back there around your neck when you do a TikTok video? Because they said they think it'd be hilarious. Because they see the fox,
When did that happen?
I believe the user's name is Lionheart Chad. And he will really want you to wear the fox around your neck when you do one of
that motherfucker, huh?
TikToks. He's always commenting on your shit. I don't know.
We'll see if we can appease the people.
Oh yeah, that green joint is beautiful right there. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I always knock over the West for some reason. I'm going to sit down for a second, guys. I'm a little sore from dancing. But, here on the Crystal Chaos channel, we don't fake the funk. We tell you how it is. If we're sore, we're sore.
Right. If you feel like shit, say something.
So I'm going to sit here and get some close-ups of the Gridmaster doing his thing.
We aren't of those minds that, always show up. Always give 110%. Like, fuck that shit. Sometimes your 110% is only 5.
Yeah, sometimes you're just supposed to be alive and whatever is happening is happening.
Right? Sometimes you're just supposed to take a nap.
I love naps. Leave a comment below if you love naps, y'all. Beautiful. It's got the little stones. I'll come up above a little bit.
Gold-Sheen Obsidian.
Oh yeah, these little sheeners. These little Charlie Sheen Obsidians.
Talking about abuse of power. Charlie
right?
fucking Sheen.
Yeah, he's pretty much fell off the map since his abuse of power days.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, they say you can only do coke for so long before it comes back and bites in the ass.
Mm-hmm. Cocaine. It's a hell of a drug.
I don't touch any of those shits. If I have to do more than pick it, dry it, smoke it, I don't want it.
That's beauty. That's a beauty. Let's go wide angle. Smokier than Smokey Robinson in here. We like smoke.
Well, I do work with dragons.
The Gridmaster, aka the Dragon Slayer, aka
Oh god, no, I do not.
the Dragon Lover.
I mean, if they're offering, who am I to say no?
Inquiring minds want to know, Aaron, the Gridmaster Twist, would you make love to a dragon? If they said make love to me.
Like I said, who am I to deny?
Who am I to deny a dragon's wants and needs? I mean,
Right.
It is a mythical, beautiful creature.
Right, and if they are the type to shapeshift, they shapeshift into the form they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to make it look like you're fucking your daddy, they will.
Well, that's the last thing I want to do is fuck my daddy, so
That's what she said.
I'll stay away from I'll stay away from the dragons.
Let's see. I'm gonna flop you over here. Beauty.
A lot of very grounding, earthy colors in this too. I noticed with the browns and the greens and the whites and the beiges and the beiges and the sages. Send me into some rages.
Oh god, here comes the rats.
That Gold-Sheen Obsidian looks like ears on the skulls of a Peridot dragon.
That's not a dragon skull.
That's the skull of the Goonies. I was raised in the boonies watching the Goonies. Mama said, get a fork. I said, I'm part of the Spoonies. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's all fun and games, baby.
Right.
Oh. You guys hear me oohing and ahhing. Aaron might say, it's because you're getting old, man. But it's really just because my body's saying, thank you, Chad, for moving and giving me what I need. Oh, this tea is fucking good.
Raise your hand if you like that good tea.
Yeah, who's a tea snob here? Comment. What is your favorite kind of herbal tea? Go ahead and comment in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to see more videos from Crystal Chaos. Yes, I like to go into sales mode.
Hey, somebody has to. Like I always tell people, I'm horrid at business.
We should come up with like a jingle for your TikTok. Crystal Chaos.
Chaos is
If you're looking for fun, you won't get. If you're looking for fun, you won't get none at Crystal Chaos.
Now they're not going to show up at all. We're
If
supposed to be attracting clients, not scaring them away.
Give me a word that rhymes with demon.
Heathen.
If you hate religion and you are a heathen, come to Crystal Chaos to exorcise the demons. Crystal Chaos, the home of crystals and nuclear missiles.
That'll get you demonetized. Good thing I'm not.
Good thing I'm not monetized quite yet.
Right?
I like the jingle idea though.
Right? Like, get us to the point where we have a straight up fucking, like, intro with, like, music, like, all the fancy shit going on. Like, look, Mom, we're real YouTubers.
Look, Mom, we're real YouTube people. Someday your mother will
Stumble upon this and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about fucking dragons and jingles about demons and shit.
Mm. Well, I mean, you saw the text I sent.
Oh,
like,
shit. I didn't even notice
what?
what I'm seeing here. The 5-point star.
Yeah.
Wow, you're really taking it to another level. Look at
Yeah,
that,
it's like
folks.
you remember the message I sent a couple weeks ago. It's like I got off the phone with my mom. She told me that she catches squirrels in her barn and then fucking throws their dead bodies out into the field to feed the crows.
Wow.
It's like, you know, I've heard people like giving them like bird seed or snack things. You're feeding them rodents. Like, you murdered something and then fed it to another creature.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
That's Mama Twist.
you don't fuck with my mama. She's scary.
Look at that, y'all. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Raise your hand if your mom scared you a little bit. Not because of anything she physically did, just because of things you thought she could do.
Mm-hmm. Right, it was a possibility of what she could do to you.
Right? It's not what she did to you. It's just she's got... There are secrets you don't know. And you don't know until they come out. And then you realize you didn't know you wanted to not know. Actually, we're going to pop you out. We're going to go and scooch you in.
What could it be?
Look, you fucking cunt. Wow. See, when it comes to bouncing shit, it's tricky. Yeah, we're just gonna go like that and just pop it for here. You can go back. Back to your spot. Okay. I feel like there must be something in those holes.
Put something in the hole.
Be right back.
Yep. Just testing to see what I got here. Nope. Not gonna work. What are you looking for?
I don't know.
What do we got here? You can't just put something on the grid and not tell the people.
This is actinolite.
Perfect.
It is stone that is used to amplify and extend one's aura to its maximum.
There you go.
Where's the big one? That's the real question. Serpentine. Ah, here we go. Peridot.
Bring the Peridot in. What you got there?
Oh, petrified wood. Petrified wood can have all sorts of things done to it. This one has been replaced with jade. You can see with that green going on in there.
Mm-hmm.
This one has been agatized. Lovely.
This piece of petrified wood has been agatized.
This one has been replaced with jade.
Nice.
And then the rest of these are basically just...
That's a cool one.
Right, you can see how the inclusion or the
Can you see that?
replacement changes its coloring. Because those are the different minerals that then took over where that one was. Okay. Stop fucking pausing. Piece of shit. Cut a hub. Need you.
I love that black obsidian.
This is black kyanite.
Black kyanite. Apologies. Uh-oh. What happened? I don't know. As I apologized, the TV went out, then back on. It like went black.
Yeah, my house is possessed. Whatever you want.
Nice, baby. Dun, 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 dun.
We do not recognize that song in this house. There's only one song that has that rhythm. And it involves Freddie Mercury.
Freddie baby. Freddie baby.
So you know the song I'm talking about too.
Yeah, the one they sampled.
Under Pressure.
Oh yeah, that's a hell. I love that song. Oh yeah, good tea, good tea.
Spill the tea.
Did I spell it?
No.
Oh.
I was doing the saying spill the tea. A little bit of the black. And unfortunately, because he didn't have a grid last month, we didn't really talk about all those energies going around. Because, oh yeah. There were some big energetics happening where we had 4 planets in fucking Pisces since like the beginning of the year.
Fucking Pisces.
And Pisces is great. It's very emotional and creative and like intuitive and dreamy. But it doesn't get shit done. Like, I have a Pisces moon. I understand. My emotions don't get anything accomplished when they're involved. But like that's where we have all these ideas and these visions and stuff. But we don't implement anything. We don't plan. We don't work towards them. Or if we do, we're working towards 15 all at the same time.
I know that feeling.
Right? And it's like, I think I'm doing a little too much here.
I know that feeling.
Right?
Oh, I'm feeling a little burnt out. I'm feeling a little exhausted. Yes.
Yeah, too much. But now it's like back at the new moon we had back at that solar eclipse, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
We had Mars shift over into Pisces or Aries. You know, Mars went into its home sign. And so this is now a time of action. So things are shifting and moving and going forward. It's just, you have now this energy coming through and saying, hey, you can do that with integrity. Like, don't just bowl through it. Don't charge through this shit. Like, take the right steps. Take the right path. And while doing that, don't abuse your power. Don't allow other people to influence your decisions because they're not walking your path. The only person doing that is you and your own 2 damn feet. Right? They might walk next to you for a while, but that doesn't mean you have to continually walk by that person. Because their path is their path, yours is your own.
Yes.
So,
amen. Hallelujah.
That's what a lot of
praise
this
our Lord.
is, you know?
Praise the good Lord, Anubis.
I was going to say Shaka Khan, but...
Shaka Khan.
Because we don't recognize religion here. We make up shit. Because it's funny.
Yeah, I like making up shit. I mean, isn't everything made up?
Mm-hmm.
In a way. Oh, there's me and Boris.
Mm.
It's me and Boris in the picture over there, guys.
Chatty and B.
That's my boy. My boy Boris. Rest in peace, buddy. We miss you.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys go back and watch the earlier episodes, you'll see Boris all up in the videos.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember if we were doing YouTube recordings the time he jumped up on the table.
No,
That
I
was
don't
just
think so.
Facebook.
Yeah, I think he did it on Facebook maybe. Well, this is looking good, sir. It's feeling good.
Got a little bit of energy going on here.
Feeling good. Feel like I might tweak out at any moment, but at the same time, I'm comfortable. I'm grounded.
Right? Tweak. Gotta tweak. Actually.
That's why I love you, man. Tweak if you gotta tweak.
Right? Just, you know, if hardcore drugs are involved, I'm not. I mean.
Classic Gridmaster rearrange as he looks at the grid. Notices some holes in the aura of the grid and shakes it up a little.
Decides to put something in that wasn't there, and then it's like, no, I actually got things to put in that spot. Look at that. Because actually, we're going to take and do one of these. Shrink. So I had a slightly bigger one of these. It's balanced. Damn it.
Looking good. How you feeling? What do you think? What is it missing?
I'm just letting it sit for a second.
Let it sit and do its thing. As I sit. The grid needs to sit. That means I need to sit.
Mm-hmm. Because remember, sometimes you just gotta sit the fuck down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we made that clear right in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. If anybody tries to tell you otherwise, kick him in the nuts.
Kick him in the ball sack, lad. Definitely giving him a nice unicorn horn to send that freaking Peridot blasting through your crown chakra.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that also has a citrine with moldavite copper wrapped and shoved into the middle of its head.
Oh, great. Wonderful, wonderful.
So you can just go.
Little moon oil.
No, that's just a jar of Peridot. Oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. A little bit of tourmaline gold. We're gonna put you right there.
Let's get a little smoky. Little smoky chords for that ass.
You know, even though we're working with all these fun energies, gotta make sure they go up.
Mm-hmm. I definitely just felt like a difference in my hands, like I feel the energy moving in my hands right over top of it more.
Mm-hmm. It's when the group starts sighing collectively. That's when it's working. Motherfucker. Did I say you could do that? I don't know if you can see, but like my angle, there's like rainbows shooting out of these things.
I don't know if I can see it. Let me see.
I need something smaller.
Beautiful.
Gotta go crazy. Can't just go into the Peridot up and shift you like
Nice.
Look at that.
Remind me to take a picture of this too when we're done.
Of course.
Wow. She's a beaut, good sir.
Thank you. Okay.
Seal the deal. You know what to do.
Yeah. Do the little stuff and things. Not that one. This one.
Pardon me, guys. If you enjoyed that burp, please comment down below. As Aaron is getting ready to seal the deal on this beautiful flower moon, blood moon, eclipse, grid. This one is for the heathens, the storm chasers, the wind keepers, the water flippers. I love the look on your face when I say stupid shit.
Well, I'm still waiting for you to finish the elements.
Oh, fucking, what did I say? The earth walkers.
See, that one actually made sense.
I like that earth walker.
Right.
tool is so sticky right now. Beautiful.
Because once you get the fire going, you gotta take some pictures, right?
Mm-hmm. Your phone looks like it's got like an orange filter on it.
Because it does. I turned on the blue light filter thing.
Nice.
The bad part, it doesn't work like you think it would, you know? It's hard to say, oh, it makes you look at it less. No. Just makes it so that at night I can look at it longer without it hurting my eyes. So
Nice.
that's counterproductive. I'm like, yeah, no. What you want from me?
Oh, sorry about my stash over there. I've used, you know what. There we go. She's spinning. She's a spinning.
This is what happens when you have a large group of stones that actually work very well together. Like, it just is like, yeah, we're going now. We're going to spin. Will you go straight? Like, seriously. Flatten out. There we go. There we go. But yeah. So that basically means, like, these were harmonized before I even did anything. But that's because you have something like the Aragonite that's hitting all areas all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Epidote and all its different matrices versus like balance and harmony, integrate shit. We have a bunch of feldspar in here that's all about balancing shit out. Yeah, all at the same time. Feldspar is also the category in which labradorite falls under.
Go figure.
Wouldn't you know? Which labradorite would have been fun in this grid.
I know. Fucking could handle it anymore. Fucking. I could probably use some labradorite.
It's just magic and transformation.
Oh, is that it?
Protection. Yeah. This guy recognizes that there's Tourmaline in here.
Tourmaline. Be my Vaseline.
I don't think it'll lube you up.
Listen, if you can't lube yourself up with a batch of Tourmaline, you're really not Crystal Chaos man, I thought you were. Am I wrong?
Kind of. Because, again, it's like the Tourmaline family is not really a lubricator. Like, if you want to play with some lubricators, wait till September rolls around in that grid.
Okay. Remind us, guys, in the comments below, September, let Aaron know what lubricators we're using.
I mean, every single one of those stones is going to be sexually oriented. So.
Sweet. Bring it in.
Yeah.
Bring in the sexy time.
I don't know how I personally feel about it, but it's going to be a thing. Hopefully I'm in a situation I can appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do know what you're saying, sir.
Is this even necessary? Probably not, but we're doing it anyway. Because spin the fire.
Spin the fire.
Take out the torque coming out from my hand. It slows down. Because it was moving everything around. It was like, shit. I'm never fully satisfied.
Feels really good.
Get you out of my sight because you're distracting me.
One more thing.
Yeah. Past that, just pure crystalline fucking Epidote straight through a smoky. Calm it down a little bit. Yeah.
I think that was a good idea.
That tastes delicious.
This is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We build crystal grids. And here, my favorite part of the entire grid is when Aaron seals the deal with some smoke that didn't seem to come out of his mouth this time.
Oh, it did. Just didn't get a lot there. So, skin.
There it is. It's basically like putting a shield up in my eyes. Shields up. Shields up. Any last words of wisdom? Sir cough a lot.
1 second.
He's just trying to breathe, folks. Hit that like button, subscribe.
Yeah. Let's see.
Listen up, guys. Listen up. He only does this once a month when he drops words of wisdom on you. No pressure. Just be Aaron.
So,
And scene.
the general, like, the first phrase I thought of when this was being designed and we were getting closer was fortification of growth through integrity. So, there's all this growing energy happening right now. Things are coming to life and expanding and becoming prosperous. But keep in mind, it's not just in one area and it's not just for one person. And a lot of times, if somebody's having slow growth, they're going to start to latch onto those who have fast growth. So we got to keep in mind our own integrity. Stand in the power of ourself. Like, this isn't that, like, egocentric, narcissistic self. This is the I am worthy, I am accepted, I am loved self. And that's, it's that self that's seeking not from external sources, only from the internal. Because at the end of the day, we are our own guides. We are our own light.
Yes.
We are our shadows. We are our ground. We are the movement that we choose to take.
Preach.
Right? No one else is. Like, they're not making those steps for you. If their influence is, like, challenging your own sense of integrity, drop that influence. Like, we are our own source of power, of light, of stability, of balance. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And all of these external sources throwing up their hurdles and things at us, 99% of those you can avoid. Some of them, not a lot of choice in. You have to pay taxes and shit like that. Fuck that shit. But, anywho's, it's like everything else is external. And keeping in mind, like, we can have our own barriers, boundaries, like limitations, as long as like we know why they're there. If you just have these like, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that because I don't know, it's like no, don't listen to that. If it's something like, I have the type of energy or personality where I am very expansive, and if put into a situation, like I can clamp myself down, I can hide away if I don't want to be seen. But the moment I start being seen, my energy and my light expands open. So when that happens, more people start seeing me, right? Where it's like, usually it takes some effort to actually see what's there, right? It's like, I can be that like fly on the wall scenario, but it's like, what happens if there's somebody who notices there's a fly on the wall?
True.
And they just want to go and talk to the fly on the wall, right? Because it's like, hey, what you doing? But that's when you see other people like spiders noticing that fly on the wall now. Frogs seeing that fly on the wall. Somebody with a fucking fly swatter.
They all want to eat the fly.
Right? They all want to take that fly for some reason or another. Just for the sheer fact it exists. Right? There's no other reason other than, ooh, fly. With that one person who just decided to notice you, notice that energy, it's like, they're not necessarily a bad person. So you can keep that person around. It's everybody else that's the problem. So it's like, if you are that person who's like, you become more expansive the moment you're noticed, it's like, find those people who notice you and be like, hey, I like what we're doing here. I like this connection we're having. Let's have a private conversation somewhere. Or let's meet up later for coffee or for dinner or something where it's like private.
Keep that going.
Right?
Yeah.
Keep that connection going because it's good and healthy. Because like that's somebody who just noticed you, who wanted to get to know you. Whereas like the other ones are predators, assailants, like leeches that just want to take, who want to destroy you for some reason or another, or simply who fear you because they don't understand you, like you because they don't understand you, like all that stupid shit. It's like, we don't have time for that, because those types of people pull away from our integrity. Those pull away from our worth, because their actions are now starting attacking the things that we have to build up on our own. It's like, we build our acceptance, we build our self-worth, we build our self-esteem. No one else can do that for you. You can think all your entire life, I'm ugly, I'm horrible, nobody likes me, I have no friends. And just one day, where you wake up, you take a shower, you just get yourself ready like you normally do, and one day you'll have a thought that's like, you know what? I don't look half bad. And that is where our self-acceptance and self-worth is coming from.
Yes, sir.
That one day when we stop listening to and looking at the expectations of everybody else, we just focus on ourselves for 5 seconds, see what we haven't seen. Right?
Hell
so it's like, you know what? This month, that's what I'm going to hope for people.
That's the intention.
Like, that you look in the mirror at some point or another, see something that you haven't seen before. Like, that makes you go, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't need to put on that extra makeup. Maybe I don't have to style my hair. Or it's like, maybe I want to dress nice today. I want to look like $1 million because I feel like it. Like, I feel like $1 million because I'm worth $1 million. I'm gonna dress that way. I'm gonna go out and face the world, right? Or it's like, I spend so much time and effort putting on this facade to look good based on other people's standards. I want to just relax, and I want to go to the store relaxed. So you put on that baggy pair of sweatpants, put on those flip-flops,
Hoodie.
Don't even bother putting a t-shirt on. Just throw a hoodie over that shit. Wallet inside the hoodie pocket with your keys and say, let's do this shit. And then as soon as you're done, you come right back home and say, fuck it. Because you can. Like, sometimes to truly value yourself is to not do the things you always do. And if you're always doing things, always going outside, going and like exercising and breathe, like go, do, be, see, explore, accomplish. Like, take a week off and just do nothing. Like, watch a TV series that you've always wanted to see but never gave yourself time for. Right? Watch a movie that you haven't seen since you were a kid that you know made you feel a certain way. You know? It's like, how many of us go back and watch something that we haven't seen since we were 7 years old?
Exactly.
Right? And it's like, watch our childhood through an adult's eyes kind of thing. Or it's like, maybe you want to go and read a book because you haven't read one in a long time. And you got like 50 sitting on your shelf. Do that. I mean,
literally. I
have a bunch here that is like, I really want to get into. Unfortunately, everything I have is very information dense. And it's like you read a chapter, you have to put it down and be like, Jesus fucking Christ, what did I just read? But at the same time, like, I've got Stephen King's If It Bleeds. I've had that for 2.5 years and I haven't read it yet.
That's next.
Right? It's like, maybe I need to do that. But lately for me, I've been doing this. I've been creating for the last month. And just doing art, like sitting and processing. Okay, let's start with this side. Wow. Just sitting and doing this. Because this is what I needed to do. This is how you utilize Pisces energy. Like, you're not accomplishing anything. You're just releasing, you're processing, you're taking whatever's in your mind and making it real. And I've had people be like, oh, there's like messages and shit behind here, or you're being told something as you're downloading and drawing. And I'm like, probably. The fuck does it say? I don't know. Well, let's see. This one here, it told me meta explosion. That's, yeah. This is the blooming star of the cosmos.
Nice.
Right? Because, you know, got the rose and the star and then the blue. Okay. This one was falling or ascending either way is progress. Right? It's like, you can see that because when you look at half of this, it's like, which way is it going? The answer is yes.
Exactly.
It's just going in that direction. This one is falling out the rabbit hole.
Nice.
You know? Because it's always like, oh, I'm going down the rabbit hole, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, getting deep into all this, like, random information that's really useless when you get down to it. Like, how often do you find yourself going down some sort of a rabbit hole or conspiracy theory where you're just like, you know, this is telling me the same information as this other one about this group of people that are doing these things and stuff. It's like, you ever stop to ask how in the fuck a group of people would have the ability or influence to be at the core of every single conspiracy theory or things that have been proven time and time again to be real and like there's evidence of it, but there's still that group of people that doesn't believe it because the evil great them is out to get them?
Yep.
It's like, who the fuck is them? Who are they?
That is the question.
Right? Because it's like, yeah, no, the earth is not flat. From your perspective, sometimes, like if you're in Kansas and Nebraska, yes, that's flat. Is the entire planet that way? No. Like, shit, where we are is just rolling hills and valleys and mountains and a fucking gorge. Is any of that flat? No. Does that mean we are on a giant flat plane? No. Science is a thing. Perspective physics is a thing. Or did we fake the moon landing? No, it happened. Like, VFX artists have literally sat down and proven that we did not fake it. Mythbusters has a goddamn episode about it. Okay, it's like, stop believing in these influences and ideas of other people that are like a conclusion you would never come to on your own.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Well, I think that ties into everything you said with this grid is
Right?
believe in you.
Exactly. This is believing you. And if your intuition says this planet's flat, I challenge you to challenge your perspective. Take find a way to take a plane flight with like a private pilot and go above the stratosphere. Like, go above where normal planes fly. You know? Or straight up watch a live astronaut feed. Like, we can't recreate that shit.
No.
Like,
So you're saying you're not a flat earther?
no. Or just because you throw quantum frequency and vibration into something doesn't mean you're doing the thing you're saying it's doing. Because shit, most quantum physicists barely understand how quantum physics goes, because it's constant. They're still learning about it. They're still trying to understand it. And because you went on some guru trip and did some drug once, doesn't mean you understand how frequency and molecular vibration and influence works, right?
Obviously, Aaron has gone down a flat Earth rabbit hole and
I've gone
watched
down
something recently.
so many rabbit holes. I have seen how 99% of them are all interconnected. And you know what? I'm tired. None of it's worth it. Like, how much of that conspiratorial knowledge has actually helped in any way, shape, or form? It hasn't. But it's like, I'm grateful for that experience and being able to dig deep like that, because you learn information that you these are people asking questions you wouldn't ask normally.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
But then, like, when you can see that they're starting to go down certain directions. It's like, okay. Like, if they start bringing up biblical references, it's like, there are so many problems with that. I could do a 7-hour video on that singular topic. The problems with people using biblical reference to quote things and create conspiracy. They say aliens did it. Do you know how racist that is?
What?
Just the sheer concept where just because we can't figure out how something specifically happened, automatically going to the aspect of aliens did it.
How is that racist?
Right? Well,
I'm asking, how is that racist?
Well, look at the things like the pyramids, Stonehenge. Like, some people, we don't really know how they were created. No,
Yeah.
We're still learning about it. The people who are like, oh, aliens did it. Like, wild hair, dude. It's like, it's using the idea that these people didn't have the intelligence or technology to build these things they clearly built.
Yeah.
So it's saying that some greater outside influence had to come along and elevate them.
I believe that in way back we could have had technology, and who knows, the way humans destroy themselves, fucking.
Right? And it's like, if you look at colonization, like, people don't realize how, like, technologically advanced the Native Americans, South Americans, Central Americans, Islanders, how advanced they were. They were just cultures that worked with the planet. They worked with what they had. Like, they worked in harmony. colonizing comes around, and we're the types of people that. How many of us have an ancestry where conquering was utilized? Domination.
Pretty much all of us.
Right? If you are English, Spanish, French, Russian, Mongolian, Chinese, Indian. Like, those are just a few of, like, just big names. Fucking Vatican, for one. Like, those places have a history of conquer and control. Where if you look at a lot of the native cultures, the majority of them were peaceful. Yes, you had the outliers with the Apache and I believe it's the Aztecs where they had a lot of the sacrificial stuff. But like majority of the other ones, they didn't. Like they were very peaceful cultures, but they also could. They had their own version of stone mills. They had irrigation. They had houses that would last through seasons that you could not only leave up permanently, but dismantle quickly and put up somewhere else. So can you do that with a modern day house? Right?
I feel like we could do a whole episode on this.
Right?
Oof.
So it's like, yeah, it's like stop pulling ourselves down into rabbit holes that really ultimately lead to nothing. You know? Our own self-worth, our own self-acceptance, and our own, self-esteem, and our own integrity comes from us. Other people can't give that to you. Information that distracts and derails you doesn't give that to you. Like, I could go on and watch dozens of documentaries about like enlightenment and expanding the knowledge of the self, blah, 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 blah. Did that really help me accomplish much of anything? Not really. Because the end all be all, every single one of those you could sum up in 5 minutes. Why do you need 3 hours to tell me something that could be summed up in 5 minutes? It's like, give me that little bit, and that's all you need. And then you take that little bit of information that's necessary, and anytime it shows up in something else, you realize, oh, they're talking about doing this just in a slightly different manner. Right? Just like meditation or any spiritual
Any modality,
practice.
yeah.
Like, look at the different, like, what's the real difference between yoga, tai chi, qigong, any kind of, like, non-martial art, like physical non-martial art, you know? It's like, you're all about moving energy, just in different ways.
Yeah.
And just because everyone's telling you to do yoga doesn't mean yoga's for you. Check out Tai Chi. Check out Qigong. Check out how flow is different than, well, how their flows are different. Because those are 3 distinctly different cultures basically doing the same exact thing. And then, hey, maybe you never know. You create your own version that is a blend of all 3. And any others I may not have mentioned because I'm not aware of. You know? So, basically with that being said, let's focus on what our integral parts. What makes us us. Remove those outer influences and become grounded in ourselves. Because when we're grounded in ourselves, we're prosperous in ourselves. Being prosperous in ourselves, we can do and achieve anything.
Say no more. That's a Gridmaster signing off. Thank you, sir. If you got this far, please, please, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Comment below what you thought about this May 2022 grid eclipse, flower, herbal, blood moon build. There's so many things. But we hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, you can email chaosgrids@gmail.com in the description below. And send in love till next time. And a little bit of chaos. Stay easy, heathens.